Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We're going to the top, to the top, to the top, to the top, baby. We're going to bring others with us. So please hit that notification bell, become a part of Peep Squad, and know each and every time I drop a video so you can be the first one to comment and tell me what you think and your thoughts. So let's get into it. Check out Liz's Jewels. See this necklace I have on? It's by Liz's Jewels. See, it's cute, it's pretty. You can wear it with anything. Plain colors. I like to wear it with different colors, and the earrings too as well. So check out Liz Jewels. That's her Instagram. You can check out different jewelry on her Instagram too as well. She can custom make jewelry for you too as well, and put pieces together for you too as well. And check out her website, and you can pick any type of jewelry you like. Rings, necklace, bracelets, chokers, kids jewelry too as well. Male jewelry too as well. It has no lead and no nickel, and it's affordable, and you can get what you need and you can get what you want from Liz's Jewels. So check her out. So let's get into it. Let's talk about Real Housewives of Potomac reunion part 1. It went down. Cameron was throwing some shade. She told Giselle that Giselle can't keep a man, and she said, you know what, you better stay with Jamal because he's the only one that can probably handle you and control you, that can deal with you. I was like, And then on top of that, just Cameron was like, you know what? I talked to the people at the church at the pews. I know that you was dating, Jamal, and you was back with him and all this other good stuff. So I know, just like I knew Sherman was at Saks with somebody else, and they called me and I was like, come on, Cameron, what are you doing? And then when Cameron turned around and told Robin, you telling me how I supposed to grieve and why and whatever, I would ask you the same question. Why are you in love with Juan? That was shade to throw at, Robin, because, everybody's like, Juana did a lot of things and he left you, Blase in the third, and you still with him. He won't marry you. And you going to get matching tattoos and call it a day, baby? I was like, OMG, it's going down. And none other than, Ashley and Candace go back and forth, and it gets nasty and it gets ugly. They call, gold diggers. Ashley done call Chris a gold digger, and then on top of that, Candace done call Ashley a gold digger, and basically they're throwing shots at each other about business, about money, about working, about who got the better status. I live in a penthouse, you live in your mama house. I was like, OMG. And they started talking about Ashley's prenup, whether she gets $1 million after a year and after 5 years. She might the prenup is out the window, is out the door, is gone. So then Ashley will get half. Well, you go, Ashley, do your thing. You know what? And Cameron was like, well, Michael might have a different prenup than you have, or different paperwork than you have. I was like, what is going on? It's like way too much. And Andy was being shady too as well. They're trying to really make Candace look like the real bad person, but she's upset. She's hurt. She's betrayed by Ashley, and Ashley's hurt and betrayed by Candace. So last season was bad for them too, and then this beginning of this season, it was bad. Like, it wasn't nobody's business. It was like last season, went over to this season, and it just seems like Candace and Ashley ain't gonna be together. They ain't gonna be friends. They ain't gonna make up. It is what it is, and they on Twitter going back and forth. You got Chris on Twitter talking about Ashley, like, damn, Chris, don't you got some kids you need to take care of that we don't know nothing about? It also seems that Candace doesn't really have a storyline, but she's really pissed and she's upset and she's angry by Ashley and the way that Ashley treat her and the way that she thinks Ashley treats others. So basically her goal and her mission is to come after Ashley and treat her like crap. And Ashley's goal and mission is not to take, Candace bullshit and basically help put her feet to the fire. They done talked about the butter knives. I was just like, yo, they're really throwing shade like it ain't nobody's business. So let's get into it. I was just like, And then Andy gonna talk about to Candace, there's no butter knives on stage. I was like, wow. So this is Ashley's outfit. She actually looks nice. I like her earrings. I like her makeup. Her makeup looks pretty. I like the cape around the dress. I think it's pretty, but I think the dress is actually ugly. I don't like the pink inside to make it nude. So so she's not showing so much, but I think the dress was way too much in the bottom of the dress. All looks like a curtain tablecloth. She's a flower girl or something like that. But all in all, her makeup was beautiful. Her hair looked really gorgeous, and I did like the cape. I just didn't like the dress, but she was trying to be sexy and cover up at the same time, and she just had a baby, but she still looks good. It's just not my cup of tea, baby. Then we get into none other than Giselle. She still had the same type of hairstyle. She just had it slipped back. She didn't put too much effort in her hair, but her makeup actually looks fabulous. She looks young. She looks pretty. I like the bottom of the outfit, but I didn't like the top of the outfit. It's also like a flower girl theme, an Easter outfit. When you go to church and you want to get the pastor, you want to get the deacon, or you want to get somebody else, you sit in church with this outfit on and get what you need on Easter Sunday. You get all the donations, all the money you spend on your outfit, you get it back, baby. So I did like her earrings. They were pretty. I like her pink nail polish. I think it went along with the outfit really nice too as well. I didn't like the shoulder gathering up. If it didn't have that part, it's not an ugly outfit, but it just didn't look like it fit for her. But all in all, she still looked pretty. She still looked good. She's still doing her damn thing. And we all know Robin came there looking a damn mess. I don't know what this. She's going to somebody quinceañera. The dress was just way too much, and all that going on with the dress didn't look pretty. Didn't look nice. It didn't look like the dress belonged on her. Her hairstyle didn't go with the dress. It just didn't match. Everything didn't match. But her nails look nice. Her bracelet looks nice. Her earrings look nice. And she actually did have on nice shoes. I just didn't like the dress. I didn't like the material that the dress was made from, or whatever the case may be. But she didn't look ugly. But she, out of all the bunch, she's the worst dress, in my opinion. But she still didn't look ugly. And Karen came there to show out. She came there with her hair looking nice and wavy, like she's on the beach. She's like on Baywatch and shit. She had the dress that fit her outfit, fit her style, because she's a new improved Karen, and basically she wants to have fun and be sexual and be sexy too as well. You know how she's getting back with her husband, not getting back with him, but bringing that excitement back into the marriage. So she looked nice. The nude lipstick color, the pink lipstick color, the earrings was absolutely gorgeous on her. The dress looks pretty. She looked nice. Karen likes to be sexy. She likes to look young, so this totally fit her character. Her makeup looked beautiful too as well. She looked younger and younger too as well. This was a perfect dress. I think that none other than Candace should have had on this dress, but she looked good, girl. She came through with the shoes on, skin all flossing and glossing, looking like a bunch of money, baby. And then we got none other than Monique. She came in, her hair was plain regular. I like the braids that she did have this season, but her makeup looked pretty. I did like the bra bringing out, or if it could be a part of the dress. It did look nice. The top of the dress is absolutely beautiful, but it just seems like it made her look like more of a pencil, but it's absolutely a pretty dress with the split in the side, long in the back, enough room to walk, enough room to move around. Then her shoes actually matched the dress. She didn't overdo it with the earrings. The earrings actually look nice. I like the white nail polish with the design on top. I think she absolutely looked pretty, but the dress just didn't fit her type of body because she's tall, slender, and they didn't really show her curves, baby. But maybe if she was walking, it would show them curves, baby. But it kind of look like a pencil. But she still looked beautiful. And then we get up on to Candace. Candace outfit. Her hair was plain. It was regular. It was nice. It was put together. Like the earrings, it brought out the dress. She looked like a showgirl, foxy girl. Like she's going to Vegas. Like she's going to somewhere really nice. She's going to the Foxtrot. She's going somewhere where she's going to dance. It's like a black tie event. The dress looks nice. The dress was pretty. I like the way the top of the dress was. So to me, I think she was absolutely the second best dress. Cameron was number one, and Candace was number two. I think this really looked nice on her. She really looked pretty. I think she did it right. I think everything. I didn't like the bow on one of the shoes or whatever. I didn't like that. But other than that, her makeup looked nice. It wasn't overdone. It wasn't underdone. The eyebrows are a little bit heavy, but she still looked beautiful. She still looked pretty. She looked elegant. And she looked like she comes with money, baby. She looked like she got that trust fund. And so we get to Ashley, and they're talking about Ashley, about the baby, how the baby's doing, her little baby coming through. And she had the baby, and it's all good. She done gave birth to her baby. So, this is Dean. He's cute. He's pretty. Blasing the third. Look at the beautiful baby. And then this is actually Monique's baby. I forgot his name, but he's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, oh my god, their kids are beautiful. Then we get on to the butter knife. We get on to Giselle talking about that she don't want to hear anything about Michael. She don't want to talk about Michael anymore. Cameron was like, you don't want to talk about Michael. That's all you did this season in that chair. All you did was sit in that chair, that confessional chair, and talk shit. And Cameron brought it up twice that Giselle sat there and she talked in her confessional chair because she did talk about Karen's perfume smelling like old lady. Ashley and Giselle didn't like Karen's perfume smell, but Karen perfume is at Bloomingdale's, baby. And so we have this situation, and I think, Giselle rings are very nice too as well. She didn't want to talk about Michael, and then Andy's asking, is Michael gonna be here or whatever, and you got Cameron talk about, yeah, he's gonna be here. He was on Fox 5 News or whatever, basically throwing shots at Michael. Michael ain't even there, and Ashley's just like, you know what, Karen, I'm not really here for you right now, but Ashley's gonna get into her bag and she gonna start cussing out people. I'm telling you. So Michael, he does make an appearance because he hears his wife probably being attacked. So he's coming out to make sure Ashley's okay, because that's his child's mother now, and plus his wife too as well. And Karen said to Giselle, I couldn't tell if you were sick or talking about Michael, because that's all you did. Remember, Giselle sat down with a bowl of popcorn to watch Fox 5 News, basically to see what he was going to have to say. Ashley was like, Michael had to do that. Like, we had to talk about it. He had to explain his side of the story and all that other stuff. And are the ladies going to feel comfortable? Monique said she's not sure. Karen was like, oh, they're all like that about Michael, because they all feel a certain way about Michael, but there is going to come out, the ladies think that he has grabbed other male producers or photographers or, production crew guys or whatever. So they're really coming out the bag about Michael grabbing Bootsy, baby, and filling up on men. I was just like, what is really going on with that situation? I was like, damn, it's going down like you wouldn't believe. Karen is just talking her mess. And basically we got Giselle probably in therapy. Giselle's not doing therapy anymore. And the lady said, well, they didn't really see no change. Monique was like, it was 5 minutes of a change. And then you got Karen was like, she's a mean lady. And then you have none other than Candace talking about that, Giselle, was a mean old, but she stopped and said mean lady. I was like, she said that right next to Giselle. Giselle was like, what? And with her face expression. But Giselle is trying to be good. Giselle's not really trying to show, especially if she's been back with her ex-husband since last year. So she might be first lady again. So she's trying to carry herself different on this reunion, but throughout the season she didn't have a problem getting in Monique's face and causing drama and not spreading rumors, but laughing about Ashley's situation, getting into Karen, and then getting into Candace, and then also getting into putting throwing Katie under the bus. Yeah, she did all that, baby girl. And then they talk about the Sherman situation and how, like, are you okay with Sherman? If everything's over, how did it end? Like, your relationship is over. She was like, yeah, it's done. It's a done deal, whatever. And Sherman didn't want to come to the wedding because he didn't want to face Monique. Monique was like, don't be trying to throw that shit on me, baby. Don't try to just blame me. And then Karen was like, oh, he was that, stacks with somebody else. And then on top of that, I was just like, OMG, like, for real, Karen was going in, baby. She was going in. She was like, basically, Giselle, you're trying to act like everything was all good last season with you and Sherman, that you guys gonna ride to the moon together, and look at the situation now. And he was over there at Saks with some other women, and people don't call me to let me know because they wanted to know was Sherman still with Giselle or not, because they knew that me and you were friends. I was like, Karen, you are doing so much. So it is what it is with that situation. And basically, Robin jumps in, was like, I'm so happy for, Giselle to actually be with her ex-husband Jamal, whatever the case may be. That's why she's so supportive of my relationship, because the person that knows us, and they talk about, Candace talking about, he knows your body, girl. He knows your body. He knows your private, intimate parts. I was like, they were doing way too much. So we got Giselle. She's back with Jamal, and she might be first lady again. Then they talk about the situation with Karen being on IG and talking about that's not the way that you mourn, this and that, and all this other stuff. And then Karen was like, yo, Giselle, you tried to come at me like I didn't own my own company, like I don't have my own business. I do have a partner. You try to make it seem like I was just the face of the company. You was doing nothing but pure shit, and that's not the truth, and that's not the facts, whatever the case may be. And Karen is back. And, but Tom making right now, she's renting, and they kind of like throwing the eyes at her because she's renting. And Karen was like, I don't know, we're in a little situation right now, but we're leasing, and it's leased to own. If it actually happens, it is what it is. So they all be counting each other's money, what they be doing, just like they was counting Ashley's, prenup, how much money she's gonna get. She's gonna get more money because she had the golden child, all this other stuff. And they counting Karen's money. Andy's counting Karen's money, talking about, did you bring your old furniture back to see if the house is big and huge or whatever. Cameron was like, it's all good. And so that's when Cameron was like, yeah, Giselle, you was shading me, talking about me. You had so much to say in them confessionals, girl. So you know what it is. Cameron and Giselle's going back and forth, but it's like shade. It's not as nasty as Ashley and Candace get back and forth and calling each other B words and gold diggers and worthless and just laying on your back. I was just like, damn, they really got into this situation. I was like, what's really going on? And Giselle just feels a certain type of way that Karen tried to make it seem like, that she was actually talking about, Karen can't mourn her mother or her father in that situation. Like she was blaming her for that, mourning them, or like she didn't have the right to. But basically, Giselle was just saying, I just found it quite weird that you dissed us in New Orleans to be on IG. Well, Karen wants to mourn that way. And Karen was like, yo, we just went to the plantation. It was rough. It was tough. It was around death. And you shared a lot with us. It touched me immensely. So, I was feeling a certain type of way. I didn't want to go. I wanted to go upstairs. I wanted to thank all the people that supported me and sent me gifts. So I was on IG. Karen was like, I have everything else better to do than to go party with you guys. I done had a rough day. We was at the plantation. I just want to lay in my room and be good. And that's what happened. Then, Robin jumped in, was like, we didn't say this. We just said it's kind of weird that you're mourning while you're on IG. You know how many people get on IG and tell all their business, and it's like therapy for them. So I don't know what they be talking about. Karen's with the new age. You see it with the new dress on, baby, showing all that good stuff. And then Karen basically shading Giselle about not having a man, not keeping a man, and being destitute, lonely, and by yourself. And Giselle just laughed at the situation. Angie's talking about, I love props. And, Karen was doing her thing. I was just like, It's too funny. But whenever Karen said, I wonder why you love Juan, people will ask you that question. They go, Giselle back with her man, back with her ex-husband. They might get married. They might not be. But the kids find it kind of weird because they've been divorced for 12 years and they back together. I guess if you can't beat them, you join them. And I guess it's better to trust the devil that you do know than the devil that you don't know. And plus, he knew her from the beginning to the end. And plus, on top of that, Giselle got that money. She got that cheddar too as well. And she can actually bring publicity to his church and have more people tithing, baby. It is what it is. And then we get none other than Miss Dorothy on the show. Basically, I think she just came to be in good fun with her daughter. And it is what it is that, she's controlling and she feels a certain type of way. But, she didn't raise Candace to be an awful person. Candace is not an awful person. And she do run businesses too as well. But she was raised privileged. You know what I mean? She got a trust fund too as well. Maybe her mom might have invested in her business, but doesn't make her like she's lack of anything else. So she knows how to run a company, a business. It's up to you if you believe that. And some people, there was some question asking what Candace do all day, make that money and look good, baby. And then on top of that, it's not like her husband Chris doesn't work. He does work. He does have a restaurant. He is writing a book, so he's trying to contribute to the household. And actually, Candace is actually paying the mortgage. But the mother was like, if you want me to say that, I will. And Giselle throws, Candace's mother under the bus, basically saying that she was going to buy that $2.5 million house for Candace. And the mother was like, I ain't got that type of money. The mother could have said that to brag, you know what I'm saying, to Giselle, just to show that she's high class and she got it too as well. She can get the change, she can get the ducats. And they basically point out that, mom done hit Candace with the pocketbook and all that other good stuff. And basically saying that she ran into the pocketbook. You have Candace talking about she had a little, abrasion or bruise or something on her forehead and from the pocketbook or whatever. And the mother's acting like it's not a big deal. We don't know. And then you got Giselle talking about, like, I see a makeup stain on the pocketbook, for the mother to demonstrate that and for Giselle to ask her to demonstrate it, how she hit Candace with the pocketbook, and then Auntie get in there. It wasn't a good look. It wasn't a good idea to do that. She just said it was an accident. This was the pocketbook, and I'm not demonstrating it because, it was hurtful for Candace. But it seems like Candace and her mother got over that situation, and Candace proved that, her name is on a deed too as well. So she brought the paperwork to show. Mama showing the pocketbook that she done hit the daughter with on national TV, and the daughter's 33 years old. It's not a good look. It sounds like an abusive relationship. And then they also trying to contribute the way that Miss Dorothy was acting towards Candace with hitting her with the pocketbook, and basically as the way that Candace acted when she had the butter knife towards, Ashley, making it seem like the mother and the daughter got violent tendencies and aggressive too as well. And she learned how to, pick up a butter knife from her mama and get aggressive. But basically Candace was like, yo, you're disrespecting me in my house. You're all around in my house. You should have left. You shouldn't have came back. I don't know why you in here. And it is what it is. It's a scene. It needs to be filmed. And, Ashley ain't running from nobody. She ain't gonna run from no fight too as well. And plus when, it was either Giselle, or I believe it was Giselle, that basically convinced, Ashley to come back in the house. One of the ladies convinced her to come back in the house, and she did, and she was ready to go. And it is what it is. And so basically they accused Candace of talking about other people's family situation, worrying about whether Ashley's having a baby or not, whether she really wants to get pregnant, but yet nobody can talk about that you living in your mama house or whatever, because everybody knows that. But basically Candace was concerned whether Ashley was lying about her storyline. I think Candace actually feels that Ashley and Michael are not really meant to be. They're not a fit for each other. And Candace and Ashley's actually confused about her relationship with Michael. And then, also Indy brings that up about Ashley and Michael, and he looks like her father, and all that situation. And then basically when Ashley was talking to the counselor, and she was talking about that Michael's like her father, whatever. Of course it would be, because she never really had somebody strong like that in her life that took care of her and her mother too as well. He's structured, he got a business, he's been working, he's been owning his company, he's been owning a business since he was 30 years old. And basically she feels indebted to him because she feels like he saved her and saved her mother too. Had a mother in a place, had a mother in an apartment in the whole 9 yards, or a house, not an apartment but a house. So she feels indebted to him. People was like, yo, he's like, Ashley's talking, Candace talking about he's like 70 years old and shit. I was just like, so wrong and so low down and dirty. And then, actually, Ashley's father looks just as young. Looks like the same, looks younger than Michael. So I guess, Michael's older than her father. Like, damn, like that's a crazy situation. But Ashley had to do what she got to do to make it too as well. And Michael came in there like a shining armor with all his gifts, trinkets, and houses and cars and stuff like that, to a young woman that is basically just got through doing the Miss America, didn't really have anything going on, and then suffering from not having a father, and Michael coming in and rescuing her. So it was like Pretty Woman with Ashley and Michael. So basically she's going to defend him to the end because he helped her, but at the end of the day when she wants to leave, she's going to walk away with half. So she did her job. It's just like working for a job for tenure, being a 10-year teacher, or working as a professor. At the end of the day, if you decide to leave, you decide to retire, you're going to leave with half. So it is what it is. You can judge Ashley all you want, but she got her baby that she wanted, and she got a husband, and she's living in the penthouse because she bragged about it. But I believe that she wouldn't be with Michael if she actually had a stable background in a stable home, with her mom being stable, not abandoning her, and her father not abandoning her either too as well. So it was easy for her to end up hooking up with Michael, maybe if that's not something that she really felt secure with, because she's coming from like an impoverished background. Her mother, he's taking care of her mother. So it's just like, he's Santa Claus, baby. So it is what it is with that situation. We got Candace with her documents to prove that her name is on the house too, as well as her mother. And Ashley was like, my name is on the deed too, baby. My name is on the deed of that penthouse. And so Ashley's talking about that she had a business, but she don't own the restaurant anymore. The restaurant has been sold. They haven't made any money. Really, they was basically breaking even. So it is what it is. And so we also get to, Candace's mother and her pain. We still know that she has pain from her ex-husband cheating on her and having a kid outside of their marriage. And she don't want to deal with that outside kid. And she don't want Candace to deal with that outside kid too as well. And I wonder if that affects, Candace not, I don't know if Candace is actually involved in Chris's, children that he had before her too as well. But yes, she tried to inflict, her behaviors and her thoughts on, Candace about not having her brother there. But if she says she's over the pain, if she was over the pain, it would be no problem for him to show up, because it would be a figment of her imagination, and it's something that happened years ago. But she said it still brings her pain. Or she said she's over it, but it's a painful situation because it brings her back to a painful moment. But damn, you've been with another guy for like 20 something years, you think you will be over it. So she's not over it. She's in denial. So it is what it is with that situation. I'm just like, mm. And so we get to Ashley. And Ashley was like, everybody got so much to say about Michael or whatever the case may be. And they talk about her prenup, and they talk about, what she's going to get after. Like, they're all up in her business, counting her money, what she going to do with it, and all this other stuff. So I'm just like, yo, what's really going on? Ashley's like, you some other suckers are counting my money. And so this is when Ashley and, Candace get into it. Basically, Ashley, Candace worrying about what's going on with Ashley, whether she really was trying to get pregnant. Now, people was like, well, of course she was trying to get pregnant because she's pregnant. Candace think it's still by accident, still not by choice. Of course, Ashley wanted a baby. She was ready to have a baby, and she wanted to have a baby with her husband, the guy that she married, the guy that she trusts, the guy that she put her whole life in her hand, in his hands. Then on top of that, like she caters to him because she's afraid if she doesn't do this, she doesn't do that he will leave because she's been abandoned. So she does have some issues, and she's actually leaving a door open for her father possibly to come back. And then this is when Candace and Ashley go back and forth about business. Ashley doesn't have a business. You got Candace talking about, I got this business, that business, I do this. Ashley talking about, your mother did it, your mother gave it to me. It was like, I can't help it. Candace like, I came out of my mother coochie. I can't help it if I get this and I get that. I'm more privileged too as well. Candace do have more of a stable background too as well with her mother, but her mother's very controlling, and she used her her degree to work on her daughter's mind too as well. But Candace is not a bad young woman, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. And so Candace calls Ashley a gold digger. Ashley calls Chris a gold digger. So they go back and forth. It is what it is. Ashley talking about, I used to own a restaurant. I own 50-50 of it. Andy was like, no, you don't know more. She was like, yeah, I sold it or whatever. So they go back and forth, cussing each other out. B words, this word. Candace saying, you laying on your back to get your money to have the golden baby, this and that. You needed to have this baby because the prenup was going to run out. Like, you're worthless, this and that. Ashley's talking about, I had a business. I did more things than you have done. Everybody else on this couch is more accomplished than you. This is when Candace talking about, I've been owning a business longer than interviews ladies at my age. So basically Candace is talking about that she been running a business or had a business that her mother passed down to her probably when she was like 18 or 19 or 20, a lot longer than these ladies have had their own business. So basically she threw that up in their face. And then Ashley was talking about, you this, you that. Basically you a nuisance and you need to mind your business. And so we just have that situation. Then them going back and forth. And then we talk about Ashley talking about like she's going to get to the reunion and tear things up. And she's going to get Candace and she's going to act up. So we know it's coming, baby. And then Ashley and Candace, they're going back and forth talking about each other's husband. Candace says that Ashley's husband is old. He's like 70 years old, this and that. Candace has called her, her job is to be a whore. I was like, damn, they're going in. Ashley was like, the behavior, the way that you act, the way you carry yourself is all messed up. And it was just going back and forth, back and forth. Then they also talked about, Ashley's wig. She's going to retire her wig. Monique was like, yo, ain't that the same wig your mother had on at a different event? So they was just going back and forth. And so, Ashley's going through some things, but she's trying to get through it. So is Candace. She's going through some things. But Candace and Ashley, I think they already know that people were interested in their beef and they already have a complication. They already have an altercation between each other. They don't like each other. So you might as well just keep pumping it up and keep adding fuel to the fire to let it grow and to let it grow because it's a storyline. It keeps people interested. So they might not even dislike each other that much, but they're saying how much, clout and how much people are talking about their situation where people are paying attention. So it's gonna keep going. And then people are talking about none other than Michael, that Michael got it, that Michael been touching other people. And then so Candace was like, yo, listen, I didn't talk about the miscarriage or your miscarriage thing, whatever. That was Giselle. Giselle was like, it wasn't me. Don't blame me for that. And so basically Candace is talking about, oh, what are you talking about? Like, you wanted attention for the babe. You wanted attention for your miscarriage. You crying, Michael crying. Then an hour later, Michael's out there grabbing somebody's booty. So it makes me just question everything because in hindsight, everyone's talking about, oh, Michael is so torn up about this miscarriage and everything like that, which is not Candace's business to even question that situation. But everybody's thinking everything that Candace is saying, but they won't say it. But they'll take little jabs at the situation and see. So I believe that Ashley's realizing that she really don't have a friend on that couch at all, and at least Karen was real with her. And Monique, right now, we'll see what Monique is going to do on part 2. So they're just throwing it up in they're throwing it up in Ashley phase about the situation with Michael, and it's gonna get more heated, because you're gonna have Robin talking about that Michael done grabbed other people's booty, so it is what it is. I was just like, and Ashley's like, why are you speaking on my miscarriage? Why are you speaking on me, period? Why are you worried about me? Like, why are you so obsessed with me? Like, damn, can I breathe? And so we have that situation. So we're going to see what's going to go down with that. I was just like, yo, this is just like crazy, baby. And so we got Chris. He's talking crap about Ashley, which I think that's inappropriate. He should mind his business. And Ashley's yelling, she's screaming, she's mad, she's upset, she's feeling a certain type of way, and she don't want to deal with the bullshit when it comes to Candace, and she don't even understand why Candace is acting up so much. But it all goes back to what happened last season. They bumped heads, they both showed some different colors, and they both took the gloves off, and now they're going back and forth. But to talk about her miscarriage and all this other stuff, and whether, Ashley was sincere about her crying, maybe you might question Michael, because right an hour later he got accused of touching somebody's butt. But Ashley actually had the miscarriage, you know what I mean? She actually had to deal with that situation. Then also talking about Ashley having troubles after her pregnancy, where she is dealing with postpartum depression, where none of the ladies on the stage has met her brand new baby, and this is her first baby, so therefore you already know that they ain't really her friends. And basically, she's seeking out doctor treatment to get her back in the mood of, exercising, doing different things, so she can be more happy and she can get her endorphins going, you know what I'm saying? So Ashley's going through a tough time too as well, because, she's dealing with not having a father in her life, and she doesn't want to end up, being like her mother was to her. And then, Michael said previous seasons that, your mother and how you were raised, basically is just dirt. So we don't know how that situation is going down. But Ashley's going through it right now, but she's gonna get better. She's gonna make it through. It is what it is. This dress with Robin is terrible. And so Ashley's speaking up for herself, and she's sticking up for herself, basically. And she's tired of Candace accusing her of just drinking and drinking and drinking if you really want to have a baby. So basically, Candace is trying to say that you're running from your problems, you're hiding from your problems with alcohol, that she possibly didn't want to have a baby. Then you have Robin tooting in, talking about, like, and also Giselle tooting in, talking about, like, she had the baby so she can make sure she still have a prize, she still have some money if the prenup doesn't go her way, if the prenup discontinue, or if she don't get half at the end, that she had the baby, so she still has the money back, she still did it. So and it's very hurtful for somebody to say that about you too as well, especially to your face. And then if you don't even feel that way, and you just wanted to have a baby to love you and love the baby back too as well, and try to have some normalcy and actually be on reality TV, it could be quite hurtful too after she had a miscarriage. So regardless whether the baby's with Michael or not, she wanted to be a mother, she wanted to have a baby. So she was going to have a baby anyway. So it is what it is. And they're just talking about Michael. This is going to be crazy, baby. I was like, OMG. So, they're going back and forth. You guys tell me what you think about the situation. I was like, But Karen was the best dressed. Then comes, Candace. And then comes Monique. And then comes Giselle. And then comes, Ashley, and then comes none other than Robin. So you guys tell me what you think. Peace and out. Much love to all my peeps and my peoples. Please check out Lizzie's Jewels.